Oh, it's my COVID cough. Come and sit with me nice and close.
Oh, you and those guys in Maine. Mainers.
Trying to keep us out of church. They're
Those Mainers.
trying to take our religion away from us. They won't let us.
In case you haven't already read about what happened in Maine, Maine was in a really good position to even open schools. I guess their infection rate was really low, and there weren't really, a whole lot of concerns. Kind of like the Maritimes for Canada, the bubble. They've got things pretty much under control. Maine was in the same situation until what happened?
There was a wedding with 80 people. And I think it was at the inn where they went to eat that they all infected each other. I can't remember how many got infected. Half of the people that were at the wedding, I think. And then they took it to all their
places.
Friends.
Because they traveled, from far and wide. So Maine is now in a very different.
Yep, they can't open schools now in this counties. Like, I don't think it's everywhere.
Yeah. So some areas of Maine now can't open schools because COVID infections are running rampant and people are dying.
Yep, one lady died. And the minister who flew in to perform this ceremony brought it back to his congregation, and he insists that it's perfectly fine. I'm not closing the doors of my church. The Democrats are trying to keep religion and God away from us. So he had his choir singing, 15 of them on stage close together.
And singing doesn't spray stuff around the room, does it?
No.
No. I don't know. I was way back in March. I was on a Facebook post on the wall of somebody else's wall because they posted something, and they are an American citizen, very much American. And I said at that time, I said, the problem with COVID and the US of A is the American mentality will have many resist a wise course of action. And this is exactly what's happened, but I didn't imagine it going this far, like this bad. It's bad.
Why? Canadians can do what they're told, and that's a bad thing?
Well, I don't know if it's doing what they're told. It's just, seeing the reason of doing something and going, yeah, I guess that's a good idea. That makes sense. As opposed to, I don't care if it makes sense. I don't want to do it. You can't make me. Because I don't want to. Different attitude. So what are the stats? Do you happen to know the stats in the US of A these days?
No, so over 180,000 dead.
Oh, well, what they say. Most of them are old people, so what?
So who cares, right?
They're not contributing. Yeah. Messed up. Very messed up. And
look at all the wisdom that's dying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
It's a weird situation where the going back to school thing, what are you going to do if the kids go back to school and the kids bring it home and the elderly relations get sick and die? Do you tell the kid later when they're older? Yeah.
We were stupid enough.
Your grandfather died because you went back to school and brought home COVID. We didn't want to tell you when you were a little kid, but we think you need to know. Like, we waited till your 16th birthday to tell you because you're a man now and you need to know you killed your grandfather. I know,
not nice to laugh, is it?
It's nasty. It's a nasty thing, but I mean, I'm a big proponent of tell it like it is.
But if the parents sent the under the age of consent kid to school, and it's not the kid's fault.
No, but it's not going to stop the kid from feeling sad, right? Or the other way it could go is the kid's going to go, whatever happened to my grandfather? Well, he died of COVID. But how did he die of COVID? He was staying with us and he never went out. Well, Johnny, remember when you went back to school?
Very dark humor tonight. We're very dark.
Well, what else are you going to do? It's stupidity. Left, right, and center. It's stupidity. People are dying because of stupidity.
So for herd immunity in the United States, I don't know what the figures are here. If you wanted 60% of people infected,
Yeah.
1% would have to die.
Okay.
And it's over 1.5 million Americans or something would have to die. Of COVID itself, not something related, not tripped over the curb and also had COVID.
Yeah, actual COVID. I don't know. I was reading an article, was it yesterday, that was talking about they had interviewed a bunch of people from like age 20. I don't know if they interviewed anybody below 20, but I remember 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, you know, that kind of thing. And these are people who survived and are disabled. They're permanently, you know, going to be living with the effect for the rest of their life as far as they can tell. So, and I don't hear that talked about. That's not even in the news. They're just talking about, oh, the fatality rate is X. Okay, what about this other thing, or the morbidity rate? Yeah, but what about this other thing? The people you've had, I don't know how many, do you know how many million or something have been infected, or how many in the States have been infected?
I don't remember that off the top of my head.
Well, let's just say for the sake of argument that, because I don't know the numbers, that if 1% die, and then another 1% are going to have disability because of it. So if 180,000 died, now there's, let's say, 180,000 people who are going to be disabled. No one's talking about the disabled people. Like, you know, oh, I'm not going to get sick and die. Well, you might not get sick and die. Probably you won't. But you might get sick and be disabled. No one's talking about that.
I don't really want that.
Yeah, I don't either. Well, I guess that's it. We've sufficiently downed.
Just a minute. I saw a good Will Wheaton meme or whatever it's called. He said, it was a tweet. He said, every morning I go outside and say, computer end program. Just to see if it works.
If it works, just to make sure. Right. And on that note,
End program.
end program.